Hello, dear friends and colleagues. I am here with a very unique and special flora of the desert. The botanical name of this plant is uh, Convolvulus cephalopods. Convolvulus cephalopods. The English name is morning glory. You can see the flower are exactly the same as the morning glory. So usually the morning glories are climbers plants. They climb on the other trees or the buildings in the rainy area or the wet areas. But in the desert, they are adapted. They are changed because the desert plants, they change themselves according to the climate of the desert. So this plant had changed into a bush. So it is now a bush, very strong and very hard stems. It has many stems, and it is very flowering plant. Many plants flowers you can see. These flowers, they attract the bees, the wasp, the other insects in the desert, and this way their cross pollination happens. So this is a really very unique plant, and it gives a very beautiful view to the desert. And the one thing that it is highly liked by all animals. So it is always, you can see they are overgrazed by the animals, but usually there must be one term also. I use that term, but not mentioned in the book. That is like the grazing resistance. The grazing resistance of the plants. Some plants are highly grazed by the animals, but they are still spreading, surviving, and sustaining in the desert or other climatic zones. In the desert, you can see this plant many places. It is because they are resistant to the grazing also. Like we have one plant, the zygophyllum. It is highly resistant to the grazing. It means the animal, they graze, but they cannot diminish. They cannot extinct their population. They are spreading more and more and getting stronger and stronger with the grazing. So this is also one of those plants. It gives, therefore, if you have followed my articles, my videos, I always suggest to please plant the native plants for your lawns, for the gardens, for the beautification by the municipalities, other organizations. They must use the native plants for the beautification of their lawns, their gardens, their parks, anywhere. Because this is, I don't think if someone can bring more beautiful plants than this in the dry desert area like here. And the beauty is that this plant is not only beautiful, but it is highly resistant to the drought. And if it is grown, it doesn't need water anymore. It doesn't need pesticide. It doesn't need fertilizers. So we must promote these important plants in our projects. We must introduce these plants in the beautification of the cities, in the parks, in the gardens, in our family lawns, in our homes. So this way we will save a lot of water. We will keep our environment clean from the pesticide, from the fertilizers, and we will provide habitat, food, shelter for the native fauna, like the wasp, the bees, insects, even the animals. They eat these plants, such plants like this morning glory, because this is the local plant, the native plant, and it attracts us, support the native fauna, which is very important. The scientists are much agree on one point, that we should go for the adaptation. So these plants are highly adapted to the native or the local weathering conditions, or the local ecosystems. Thank you very much. Keep supporting the native plants, and also keep growing and enriching your knowledge about the native flora. Thank you.